Here on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Give your bathroom a makeover and save big money on everything now at Menards. Add the finishing touch to your bathroom project with towel bars, paper holders, robe hooks, and towel rings from Delta. With over 22 collections to choose from, find something to complement any decor. Right now, all Delta bath accessories are on sale. During Menards, more bang for your buck sale. Prices are good through February 6th.
Save big money at Menards.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy all types of real estate completely as is. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Attorney Tom McIntyre.
Life. It may knock you down, but you don't have to stay that way. I'm Tom McIntyre. I'm a bankruptcy attorney, and I'm here to help you. Give us a call, and we'll send you a copy of my free book, When Bad Things Happen to Good People. It's an interesting read, and it'll explain bankruptcy to you like no other book does. Give us a call. We're here to help.
Call Thomas E. McIntyre and Associates at 304-232-8600. Allow us to help put you back on the road to financial success.
Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands is the perfect place to relax after a long day. Happy hour from 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. Get $2 off appetizers, $3 off domestic drafts, and house wine specials. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA. Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands with another steal of a deal. Get a steak burger and fries all day Monday for only $8.99. It's also Military Mondays. The Lube will take 25% off for all veterans, active duty military, and first responders. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA.
The new year is here, and so are the new Toyotas. So visit your dealer and reserve yours today. Like the all-new Tundra, redesigned from the ground up and engineered for uncompromising power. Or explore the brand new Corolla Cross with available all-wheel drive and more cargo room than ever. Visit your Toyota dealer today or go online to buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Hurry, offers end January 31st. Toyota, let's go places.
Live and local talk is just around the corner. Stay right here on The Watchdog.
From The Watchdog, here is your local weather forecast for your Tuesday. Partly sunny, high of 28. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low of 8. And for your Wednesday, expect partly sunny skies with a high of 20 and wind chills possibly below 0. And that's your local weather forecast from The Watchdog.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
All right, listen up, you guys. Morning. It's Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday.
I am loving the sound of your voice.
Good morning, sunshine.
Crank up the radio.
You all ready for the big show? Happy Tuesday, everybody.
And action. Okay, let's do it. Hey, guys. You ready to let the dogs out?
All right, let's do this.
Yes, we are ready to let the dogs out.
Well, what are we waiting for?
It's showtime.
Live from the Robinson Auto Group studios, this is the Valley's longest-running morning show, the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe from WKKX and WVLY.
It is 7:11 on this Tuesday morning. Biff, does it seem like everything's recycling the way it's been? Last Monday was a terrible snowy Monday, coming off a snowy weekend. Yesterday was a snowy Monday, coming off a snowy weekend. Then last week we started into frigid temperatures. Today we're starting to frigid temperatures again. Just seems like it's same old, same old. And again, we have most kids are having a snow day again today. And they were off every day last week, right, Biff? I think every day they were off last week.
They may have went maybe one day. I think there was one day there was a 2-hour delay, but yeah, I mean, I'm looking right now on TV, and most of the ones that I'm seeing say closed for today, but I think there's a couple, not too many, that do say remote learning, but for the most part, they say closed today.
Yeah, there are a couple that are doing remote every day instead of the snow day, but basically, you know, once started last weekend, a week ago, Sunday, that big storm, and it just has been with us ever since. The snow coming down and then the frigid temperatures. I was out and about. You know, I've often said this, Biff, look, I never ever want anyone to be hurt. I mean this sincerely. But sometimes I wish people would go into a ditch. You know what I'm saying? I was out and about yesterday afternoon. Picked up Teddy, had some other things to do, so we were out. Snow was coming down heavy. The roads were all snow-covered, slushy. Some of them were slippery, depending on where you were. I went on the interstate, went on Route 40. We were on back roads. We were in Wheeling and Bridgeport and St. Clairsville. So we had a really good round of everything. And, I mean, it was look, you needed to be careful. The snow was very heavy, and the roads were a little bit slippery. And, you know, there are people just going right past you. And I want to say, you know, you're an idiot. And I don't want you hurt. I don't want damage. Maybe a little damage to your car. I don't want you hurt. I don't want anyone to be hurt at all. But, boy, I wouldn't mind if I drove past and I saw you in the ditch. Just for your stupidity. Is that wrong of me, Biff? Is it wrong of me to think that way?
I don't know. I mean,
Oh, you're going to be
I
a good
don't,
moral boy here, aren't you? You're going to tell me I should not think such bad things as that.
Yeah, I mean, but you do wish, though, that people sometimes would understand that, yes, the roads are bad, and, my grandfather would always used to tell us, because we would complain about being somewhere at some time, and his famous line was always, well, we should have left sooner. If you wanted to get there at the time that you wanted to, we should have left sooner.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be out on the roads that are going to probably be snow covered, and you're going to have to take your time, then to quote my grandfather, you should have left sooner.
Should have left sooner. I like that.
Don't be don't be in a hurry. I mean, we're going to meet at some point, sometime. It's the same thing with lights. You see someone that headed the same direction you are, and that you might run a light or something.
They're speeding right past you. They're zoom,
And you
20 miles an hour more than you are. They're just they got to get wherever they're going. They're going to get there now. They're going to get there fast.
And then if there's another light, most of the time, who do you see there at the light too?
We all meet at the red light.
The car that got in front of you. So it's one of those. Take your time. Wherever you are going to, I'm sure it's going to be there. It's still going to be there. It's not going anywhere. So just take your time and respect the people that are trying to obey the law and drive in the snow. That's all.
There are people, I'm getting to be an old man. Maybe I'm a little bit slower than people think I should be. But you adapt yourself to conditions. I don't care. When the snow is coming heavy and the slush is on the ground and there are icy spots, you don't drive the same way you do in the middle of the summer when the sun is out and the skies are blue. You just don't. And it amazes me. I saw not all these, but many people on social media yesterday go to Ohio Valley Road report where people are checking on the roads, and folks saying, well, the road a little slippery, be a little careful, it's a little slushy, certain areas are bad. Oh, you can make it, but be careful. And then invariably there's some guy who comes on and goes, y'all are just a bunch of pansies. You just get in the car and you hit the gas, you go 70 miles an hour, and you just go zipping down the road, and you don't worry about this stuff. It's just snow. Like, don't you know how to drive? And those are the people I wouldn't mind seeing in a ditch. Yes, it's unchristian-like of me, I know. Were I Catholic, I'd have to go to confession or something, I guess, for thinking that. It's just, I find it just. Anyways, we were out and about a good bit yesterday, and it was a rough afternoon. Again, it kind of snuck up on us. I know Aaron predicted a couple of inches, but I was expecting more just of a snowfall as opposed to a snowstorm, but it really was a snowstorm for a while yesterday afternoon.
And a quick one. I mean,
it came and it went, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it went through, but like you said this morning, it was still a little slushy, and some parts still had the ice that was still left over. So you had the slush, the snow, and everything on top. But really, again, this morning driving in, not too bad. Roads were good. It was still the try and find the lines, but other than that, wasn't bad.
Yesterday afternoon, I was trying to figure out, because it was a relatively short-lived storm. I mean, it was several hours, but so I'm out and I'm driving. The snow's coming down heavy. The roads are slushy. The roads are slippery, and it was not the best time to be out during the middle of the afternoon yesterday. I had a meeting that I was in charge of last night, and I kept trying to decide, do I cancel this because it's 3 o'clock right now, and I don't want people out driving? What's 7 o'clock going to be? You know, I mean, are people, is it going to be better? I eventually just canceled it. I said it's better to be safe than sorry, but you know, you got to try and figure out how long is this going to happen. Anyway, just getting up and getting going. It's a cold morning. 24 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. Feels like 12 degrees at the airport. 24 degrees here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling. Feels like 15 here at my house. Not in my house. At least I have heat in the house. Feels like 15. That's the feels like temperature outside. And 24 degrees with a feels like temperature of 16 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios, downtown Wheeling, in the heart of the Ohio Valley. It'll be cloudy this morning, maybe some sun this afternoon. We're not getting any warmer. What we are is we're going to be 26, the predicted high. It's 24 right now, so we're not getting any warmer as the day goes on. Tomorrow, it's only going to be a high tomorrow of 18, so we got a couple of cold days in store. Just be prepared. It came to us last week, and it's been with us ever since. It's winter weather. And again, almost everybody is on a snow day of some kind. I don't know if anybody's delayed. Well, yeah, Teddy was delayed. Some people were delayed. Some people are canceled. Some people are on remote learning. But I don't think anybody's up and about doing their normal school day today. I don't think. Double check yours. Double check it. Easiest way to find it if they don't call you is to go to the website of WTRF.com. 7:20, 20 after the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. We'll do a COVID update here coming up a little bit later on. That's part of what we're going to do as the morning goes on. Also, today, story in the Intel catches my attention. The race between Dave McKinley and Alex Mooney, the two incumbent Republican congressmen facing each other here in our area, is heating up. And the Morning Intel today, under a Stephen Adams byline, says that the latest Mooney ad, this is a new one, I haven't seen this yet, the latest Mooney ad may be heading to the Ethics Committee for violations of federal ethics laws. So we'll get into that coming up a little bit later on this morning. Looks like broadband expansion could be coming to Ohio County. We're going to take some time to talk about that as the day goes on. All the latest out of the state capitol in West Virginia, including, Biff, why do we have to do this? Why do we have to make the stereotypes of the state, why do we have to call them to people's attention? The House down in Charleston yesterday passed a bill to legalize moonshine. Now, is that the image? You know, the legislators always talking about we need to attract people to the stage. We want them to come in, you know. The Interstate Commerce Act is what they call it, which is that HB 2202, designed to limit the ability of cities to discriminate, or to prevent discrimination, I guess I should say. You know, we have to be careful to attract people. And then they do something like this. Passed a bill in the House to legalize shine. It reminds me of, couple decades ago when they legalized the eating of roadkill. Do you remember that, Biff? I've been before your time.
No, that one I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. You know, the legislature legalized the eating of roadkill. And it was on every late night comic was talking about it. In West Virginia, they've decided now to have possum burgers. It is okay to eat the food that you kill on the road. I mean, do we have to try to reinforce every stupid stereotype? House Bill 2972 eliminates the part of state code that blocks the production of homemade liquor. They say, well, we can already make homemade beer, we can already make homemade wine, so we're just going to add shine to the list. The prohibition dates back decades and is tied to West Virginia's legacy of moonshine. And again, all it does in my mind is it just reinforces a stereotype. Now, I get it. Somebody say, well, but you know, you, like they said, you make homemade beer, homemade wine, why not homemade liquor? You know, it just reinforces the stereotype. Under the measure, anyone 21 years of age or older could manufacture liquor for their own personal or family consumption in their home. The amount made would not be allowed to exceed 100 gallons and could not technically be sold. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
It would still be a prohibition on the sale of homemade liquor.
I tell you what, as cold as it is, a little apple pie moonshine does not sound too bad right now.
A little chai sounds good.
Oh, yeah. That'll get the juices flowing this morning.
I'm not opposed to some shine. I'm just saying, do we have to reinforce every negative stereotype about this state? Every negative stereotype? Yes, we eat our roadkill. Yes, we make shine. And in case you didn't think it was true, the legislature will make it a law. Let's make it a law. We rely on fossil fuels too much. Let's make power plants that want to move away from coal. Let's force them to use coal in the same amount they did 5 years ago. Yes, let's do that. Jeez. All right, 7:24, 24 after the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Story I've got for you coming up is not a serious political story. We'll get to those as the morning goes on. This is a cautionary tale for people like me who have little ones around. You know, Teddy is in this house all the time, and there are certain things that get me concerned, and the older he gets, the more he can do some of this kind of stuff. So I will tell you in a moment about the kid who bought $20,000 worth of furniture from Walmart for his family. Details are coming, and when I say kid, I mean he's a can't walk, but he bought furniture. $20,000 worth of it. Stories coming up on the Watchdog Morning Show.
Are you or your loved ones facing a serious legal battle?
Yes, exactly right. That's why I've had to, I'll talk about it here. I've had to deactivate the Buy It Now button off of Amazon, or the so you can't order through Alexa. Had to, I'm too afraid that Teddy would order pizza or something. Alexa has a nice part of their. You can tell her what your favorite pizza is. She'll remember that. Then you just say, order the pizza, and automatically it calls whoever and orders it. And I can't do that. I can picture Teddy saying that. I didn't hear the show. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe he was. I don't know. Right. Could be. I didn't listen yesterday, so I don't know. Usually when I'm out in the car in the afternoon, I do have them on because I want to just see how it's going, but I had it turned down because we were trying to navigate the snow. So I did not listen. And you did not get a Darnell today? I think I got one last night. I have to double check and see. I just look at them and then I send them off to my trash can because I don't need them. I'm glad he sends them to me, but I don't need them.
We don't run down at sundown. For sports talk all night, listen to WKKX. For political conversation, tune to WVLY, and it's all online at watchdognetwork.com and on your phone with TuneIn Radio.
Miss a part of the show? Want to hear a segment again? Check out our podcast page at watchdognetwork.com. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
Bungle in the jungle. I don't know if we're bungling in the jungle, but it seems like most of the time we bungle around for 3 hours here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Politics, absolutely. Coming up in the next hour, Tom Squitieri is with us, our national correspondent, and we'll spend much of our time talking about the Ukraine. I've had several people ask me over the last several days, are we going to war with the Ukraine? Not exactly, but we've been mobilizing some troops over there. So Tom and I will talk about that coming up. And politically, the latest ad from Alex Mooney against Dave McKinley apparently is facing some scrutiny from the House Ethics Committee. Story comes to us from Stephen Allen Adams, and we will talk about that coming up a little bit later on as well. But first, this story hits home, all right, because Teddy is 6 years old, and my grandson is here at the house quite a good bit of the time, of course. We watch him a lot and pick him up after school, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And he's reached the point where he knows some things that he can do. Well, let me tell you the story of this family in New Jersey. Family in New Jersey got a little confused, because packages were arriving on their doorstep, which they said they never ordered. I mean, furniture was showing up, and electronic equipment was showing up, and all different kinds of things were showing up on the doorstep. You'd hear the truck pull up out front, then suddenly you'd hear the knock on the door, or ding dong, somebody rings the doorbell, you open it up, there's a package. These people are, what is this? What's going on? Well, here's what happened. They have a 22-month-old son who somehow figured out how to order from Walmart. The mother says her 2-year-old just loves to play on his electronic devices, and he went to the shopping cart on Walmart's website and ordered whatever was in the shopping cart. The mom had been, looking for different things, and it's not a smart move, but I've done it too. You're looking at maybe a piece of furniture, and you want to remember it, okay? So you say, I'm not ready to buy it, but I might want that, and you put it in your cart, your shopping cart, your electronic shopping cart. That way, you can go back and look at it and go, oh, okay, I remember that. All right, so she was going through and finding things and putting them in her shopping cart, and her 2-month-old was going to the shopping cart and hitting the buy shopping cart button. The family says the cart had a whole lot in it, multiple furniture pieces they were trying to decide before buying, and other items. They're still receiving packages the baby ordered, and says in the future they will be removing their credit card information and adding passcodes to all of the websites they use so they won't have this problem again. Walmart says they'll refund the money. They understand. I understand this completely. We have had to disable some of the functions of some of our electronics. I always liked on Amazon, if you're an Amazon user, there's what they call the buy now button. You can take something and put it in your cart, and you can go through and buy other things and put them in your cart, then eventually purchase the whole cart. You might buy 5 or 6 things at one time. Or Amazon has the buy now button. You just Push that button, bam, there it is. Your credit card information is already stored. You don't have to enter any information. Hit that button, buy now. I started seeing Teddy looking at that button. I'm thinking, I got to get this button off. I don't want him to be pushing the buy now button. And he's of age. The story that we have out of New Jersey, the kid's a toddler. He doesn't know what he's doing. Teddy's 6. He knows what he's doing. I can picture him looking through Amazon and saying, oh, I like that Mario game. Buy now. And he can read buy now. I had to take that off of my Amazon account. It's a great thing. The personal assistant, the woman whose name I can't say, otherwise all of your machines will start right now, including mine. The Amazon personal assistant allows you to place your standard pizza order. You like to order from Domino's or Carlos, well, not the Carlos probably, but Domino's or Papa John's or Pizza Hut or whatever. So you can place your standard pizza order in your Amazon personal assistant, and of course it has your credit card information. And then you just have to say to the personal assistant, you say her name and you say, I'd like some pizza. And it does it for you. Well, again, that's great, except I got a 6-year-old in the house who sometimes wants pizza. I'm picturing telling her, Alexa, to order pizza. No, cancel. She just lit up. No, don't. Oh, God. You just have to be, when kids are around, you have to be careful. And if you don't believe me, ask this family in New Jersey, $2,000 worth of material showing up on their front doorstep because the 22-month-old decided to hit the order button. The things we have to be careful of in life anymore, Biff,
Yeah, that, and you got to be careful what you say because you might have somebody that'll repeat it.
Yes, last night. Oh, I know what the phrase was. Teddy told me that he had told his daddy to, Daddy, get your S together. And I said, Teddy. And he looked at me with just the most serious eyes and almost, he goes, Granddad, I didn't know it was a bad thing to say. I believe he heard it from his family.
I was going to say,
there is
who said it and he picked it up?
That's right. Look, he didn't just dream that phrase up out of thin air. He's a very creative kid, but he didn't just suddenly say, Daddy, get your bleep together. He heard that somewhere. So, subtle person that I am, I found a song that I really like by Mandy Patinkin, and the song is Children Will Listen. It's all about be careful what you say because children will listen. Oh. And I sent that to my son and daughter-in-law. I don't think they appreciated it. And again, Teddy looked at me and he said, Granddad, I didn't know it was a bad thing to say.
Hey, at least he's honest.
And at least now he knows, he knows.
Yeah.
I've told you before, I think. What was the word? It wasn't the S word, something else. A couple of years ago, picked up a bad word from his parents. And we said, Teddy, you can't say the S word, if that's what it was. Teddy, you can't say that. Oh, okay, Granddad. Then he went to school, and when he saw us, he goes, I can't say. He said the word. It's like, okay. Well, all right. Raising kids. Well, I'm not raising them. I'm just sharing them, but still, it's something.
It's a treat.
It is indeed. All right, 7:38, 22 till the hour. We'll get to this Mooney ad that could be under ethics scrutiny. We're going to talk about war with the Ukraine or war with Russia or what the heck is all that about. Tom Squitieri coming up a little bit later on. But all of that pales in comparison to the weather. You know the old phrase, it's what everybody's talking about, and nobody's doing anything about it. So we'll talk about the weather with Aaron Myler after we check some Ohio Valley headlines and sports here on the Watchdog Morning Show for a Tuesday.
Now it's time for your local news headlines from 7 News at...
Metro News Sports, good morning. I'm Kyle Wiggs. Women's basketball at the W.
And Eastern Ohio as a surgeon specializing in cataracts for over 30 years. Safety was a big topic at last night's Ohio County Board of Education meeting. According to Superintendent Dr. Kim Miller, the district is working with Raquel McLeod on ways to upgrade safety protocols at the elementary level. McLeod is Ohio County Schools Student Services Director. This follows the January 4th incident at Warwood Elementary when a 6-year-old boy walked out the front doors with no one knowing. A stranger eventually picked up the child and called the police. Dr. Miller says safety of the students is still a #1 priority. Happening this Friday, January 28th, President Joe Biden will travel to Pittsburgh. He plans to discuss strengthening the nation's supply chains, revitalizing American manufacturing, and creating good-paying union jobs. He'll also discuss the Building a Better America plan and the bipartisan infrastructure law. We, of course, will keep you updated, so stay tuned on our website, WTRF.com. That was a look at your headlines. Have a great day, everyone.
Metro News Sports, good morning. I'm Kyle Wiggs. Women's basketball at the WVU Coliseum tonight. West Virginia will host TCU as the Mountaineers look for their second consecutive Big 12 conference win. Mountaineers are coming off a 61-57 victory at Oklahoma State from Saturday. The 9-7 Mountaineers have not won back-to-back games since mid-December. TCU is 6-9 on the season. It's the first of back-to-back home games for the Mountaineers. They'll host number 11 Baylor coming up on Saturday. High school basketball among the top matchups. You've got a top 5 power index team and Fairmont Senior beating its rival East Fairmont 57-43 on Monday night. An 18-4 third quarter surge led the Polar Bears to that win as they are 10-0 on the year. There's a complete recap of the game right now at WVMetroNews.com. Morgantown High distance runner Irene Riggs was named the state's Gatorade Athlete of the Year in girls cross country for the second consecutive year. She's just a junior. The award recognizes athletic excellence as well as academic achievements. She's now a finalist for the Gatorade National Girls Cross Country Runner of the Year. Mountain East Conference men's hoops. Charleston beat Davis and Elkins 92-76. On the women's side, UC 90, Davis and Elkins 72. West Virginia State beat Wesleyan 79-45. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. Big Monday in the Big 12. Ochai Agbaji scored a career-high 37 points. He led number 5 Kansas past number 13 Texas Tech 94-91 in double overtime. Agbaji outdueled Bryson Williams, who had 33 in the loss for Texas Tech. In the early game, Virginia beat Louisville 64-52. Auburn number 1 for the first time in school history in the AP men's college basketball poll. From the Metro News Sports Desk, I'm Kyle Wiggs.
The new year is here, and so are the new Toyotas. So visit your dealer and reserve yours today. Like the all-new Tundra, redesigned from the ground up and engineered for uncompromising power. Or explore the brand new Corolla Cross with available all-wheel drive and more cargo room than ever. Visit your Toyota dealer today or go online to buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Hurry, offers end January 31st. Toyota, let's go places.
A serious injury from an accident can be just the start of your worries. What if you cannot return to work? How do you take care of your family if you're disabled? At Gelner Law Offices, we represent seriously injured people and understand their problem. We know how to get you fair compensation. We will work hard to make sure you get the money you deserve for your losses. Don't go it alone.
If you're hurt in an accident, call us at 304-242-2900 or visit us at gelnerlaw.com.
We'd like to help.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Hi, it's Tony Caridi, host of the CityNet Statewide Sports Line right here on Metro News. Join the Senator, Brad Howe, Coach Greg Hunter, and myself as we discuss the day's biggest sports stories, talking with coaches, former players, and sports writers from all over the state and across the nation, bringing you the latest from the high schools, colleges, and the pro game. So don't miss the CityNet Statewide Sports Line weeknights at 6:06 here on the Metro News Radio Network and streaming live at WVMetronews.com.
Live and local for the Ohio Valley, the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
It's 7:45. It is a Tuesday morning, and we're in this continuing stretch of winter weather that began a week ago, last weekend, continued through last week with the snow and then the frigid temperatures and then more snow over the weekend and then yesterday some snow. Will it ever stop? Will it ever stop? Aaron Myler, will it ever stop?
Well, the snow will for now, but not the cold temperatures.
It's kind of a repeat of last week, right? Couple of days of heavy snow and then followed by frigid temperatures.
Yeah, it's like, not quite as much snow overall, but still, like a couple days. Yeah, we had snow. What was yesterday? I can't even think.
Yesterday was Monday.
Sunday night and Monday night, and then now it's just dropping down to like unbearably cold temperatures tomorrow.
There was more of a storm-like feel to yesterday's snow than I had thought from what you had told us earlier in the day. I was picturing, and the terminology probably people won't get, but I was picturing a snowfall for a couple of inches, but actually it was more of almost a storm there for a couple of hours yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, we got, I think it's always confusing to say because I'm like, sometimes we'll have flurries, sometimes like a snow shower, sometimes you could have a heavier pop, and it's just like, I need to find a better way to say that because I usually just hit that whole spiel, and then it's just very confusing.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's how it is usually with snow. It's like you can always have like times where it's heavier and times where it's lighter. But I mean, we ended up getting about like just under 2 inches, so we still got a decent bit. Enough to make it pretty, but not to really mess everything up.
I was out and about in the snow right as the major fall came, between, 3:30 and 5, somewhere around there. And the snow was coming down heavy. The roads were really, I won't say slippery, but they were very slushy and snow covered. It was just, I wish I had been out, let me put it that way. Not that it was terrible, but I just would have preferred to have been home having a hot chocolate or a hot toddy for that matter.
Yeah, it's like, it's one of those days where it's like it stuck quickly, which I think is just because it's just been so cold.
Yep.
But I need to talk to snowplow people and we need to do another story on that because I think from what I've heard, before it's a certain amount of snow, there's nothing they can really do because if you just have like a coating, they can't really do anything about that yet because they can't plow it. So I think it's like the roads definitely did not look great yesterday, but from what I saw, I also live on a main road, so it's like I can always see everyone still is flying, which I thought was a good sign. So I figured if you're still speeding, the roads must not be too terrible. But they didn't look nice.
I asked Biff earlier, and good Catholic boy that he is, he gave me some Catholic guilt because I said, "Is it wrong that sometimes I don't want anyone hurt? I don't ever want anyone hurt." But some of these people I wouldn't mind seeing in a ditch. I mean, it's snowing, the road's slushy, it's not normal, it's not good going. And here come these people, 75 miles an hour, just shoom, shoom, shoom. And I saw some of them on social media saying, "What's wrong with you people? You're pansies. Just get in the car and hit the 70 and go." It's like, geez,
Well, they'll never make it to 70 in real life, so there you go.
But it's probably unchristian-like of me, and I need to be concerned about that, because although I never want anyone harmed, I wouldn't mind seeing them in a ditch. Just
safe, but in a ditch.
Safe, but in a ditch. Yeah, that's all. Not even damage to the car. Just they're going just off the road in the ditch, and then they have to call the tow truck or something to get them out, and maybe they have to stand in the snow for a while. And I would say, good. That's what you get.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I always am up here. People, I had somebody the one day when I was saying there could be, it was honestly, the day one day got at this point. It was some day last week where he had like the icing. So it had just rained and a little bit of snow, and then it froze. And I think it was like Wednesday into Thursday. And it was really, really cold the next day. So I was like, hey, like this will probably all start to freeze on the road, and you'll see a lot of black ice around the area. And someone told me later on, they're like, oh, like you said it was going to be a lot of like ice, and it wasn't that bad. And I'm like, yeah, but it wasn't that bad on your area.
Where you were.
I'm like, it depends. I was like, I talked to how many people across the region see it, and I'm like, it could be, and even like if it's one person that could possibly see it, I still want to say it, because I would rather, like you said, well, the opposite of what you said. I'd rather not see anybody in the ditch. So I'd rather slightly overwarn people, but also it's like, there's only so much that you can do about roads, which is the issue. That's why I'm always like, slow down, because like you don't know what little. I mean, all you need is one patch of ice to get you, and then you're like not going anywhere. Like, or this morning I was turning, because like just 16th Street was a little bit slushy this morning, and it's just like I'm always like, oh God, please make the turn. Like I don't want to be slipping.
Yeah, and you make a really good point, Aaron, which people need to stop and think about. There's been so much, I don't know why I even read social media when I know there's going to be people out there grumbling like this week. But so many people grumble about road crews not taking care of things. And first of all, you got to remember, same as you when you're predicting a wide area, road crews are covering a very wide area. Well, they didn't get to my road. Okay, but there are, hundreds of miles of roads here that they got to get to. So, first of all, they do the best they can. Secondly, as you point out, somebody say, what did you want them to do? A plow can only do so much. If there's not a lot of accumulated snow, plow can't do much. They go through once, maybe they plow the snow away. What do you want them to do next?
Yeah, it's like, that's like, I was like, it makes sense, and it's like, there's only so much, like you just said, there's only so much you can do. So I think that's the issue. It's like, I think we all, and I think even like, I think all of us do it, like even myself. You kind of expect, oh, well, they know the snow's coming, so the road should just be perfect. But it's like, you can't do anything. There's only so much you can do in advance that can help before the snow starts.
It seemed to me this time around, last week and this week, though, that the road crews, I guess I'm thinking specifically about state road crews, both sides of the river, but I think they did a lot of prepping. They put a lot of the, I don't know what it is, I want to call it salt or de-icer. That's probably not what it is. But even before the snows came, they prepped the road with some stuff. And that's the first thing they can do is kind of just prep the road so that when the snow does begin to come down, there are ways to sort of keep it from accumulating too much. And then you go and you plow it. And if you get a heavy snow like we had last week, you go back and plow it again. But I sometimes want to ask, what do you want them to do? I mean, tell me, what do you want them to do? I want them to make the snow in I think I said this to you last week. I think some people think that we should just have solar sensors underneath all of our roads,
Yeah.
And when the snow comes, it's like your heated car seats. Just turn the button on and the roads will heat up and all the stuff should melt. I think people think that's what we're supposed to have.
Honestly, I would be fine with that as an investment.
I would be too, actually. All right, let's talk about the forecast. Last I checked, it was around 24 degrees, which is about as warm as we're going to get today, right?
Yeah, it's going to be warm. 26 for your high today. So it's cold, but could be worse. And then we're going to cool off a little bit more as we get into Wednesday. Tomorrow and Thursday morning, definitely going to be a lot colder out there. We're going to have 7 degrees for tomorrow morning, 3 whole degrees for Thursday morning. So a lot colder. Wednesday will be colder as well. And then, like I said, there's some snow chances possible on your day on Friday. But we'll get you guys totals as we get closer to that. It's looking right now like it's probably going to be an inch or two again, but we're still how many days out, so that could very easily change by the time we get there.
Weekend?
The weekend's not looking terrible. I mean, we're going to have some sunshine eventually making its way into your forecast on Saturday, but then cloudy again on Sunday. But cold again. So we're going with the roller coaster, cooling off tomorrow, then warming up around freezing for Thursday, Friday, then back down to cold for Saturday, and then warming back up at the end of the weekend.
And we're continuing the trend of. And we're continuing the trend of snow days, too. There are a lot of kids who haven't been in school now for over a week, I think, or at least not in normal school on a normal schedule. So yet today, another snow day today for people.
We'll probably see some more, and then we'll probably see some delays Wednesday and Thursday just because the temperatures are going to be so cold.
Because of the temperature. Yeah, we're going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be like around zero.
We're going to be down to, maybe feels like down to almost zero, right? A couple of these nights.
Exactly. So yeah, cold mornings for Wednesday and Thursday because it's just how everything's moving through.
Gotcha. All right, Aaron, I appreciate it. Thanks for your help. Thanks for your forecasting. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Talk to you then. Have a good one.
Aaron Myler from the Big 7, WTRF-TV, 7:55, 5 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Do I need a break, Biffy?
You are good until 8.
Let's not say I'm good. Let's just say I don't need a break.
Yeah. We don't need a break until ABC News.
There we go. Okay, that's a better way of phrasing it. Next hour, I just talked to Stephen Adams, and I'm glad I was able to reach him this morning. I woke up to see a story in the Morning Intel today that I found really interesting. It has to do with the Mooney-McKinley race. Dave McKinley and Alex Mooney, 2 incumbent Republicans facing against each other here in what will now be the 2nd congressional district. It's the 1st district right now, but when the new term takes office, it'll be the 2nd district. And these 2 incumbents go against each other because of our redistricting. Mooney has been really aggressive in his advertising against Dave McKinley, and McKinley has been pretty aggressive going back. But there's a new ad out, apparently, from Alex Mooney attacking Dave McKinley. And according to Stephen Adams, whose story you can read in the Intel today, there's some questions being raised about the ethics of this ad. I don't know the details because I didn't report this story. Stephen did. I only saw it first thing this morning. But I did track him down this morning, and Stephen's going to join us coming up in the next hour to talk about this Mooney ad and the potential ethics violations there. Also coming up next hour, are we going to war? The answer is no. But I've had people ask me in just those words, Howard, are we going to go to war over there in Ukraine? Things are getting pretty tense, and we're putting military units on alert and all that kind of stuff. Our national correspondent, Tom Squitieri, is in, and he's going to help us take a look at the Ukraine. So that's coming up in the next hour as well. In the meantime, coming up this weekend is, of course, the NFL playoffs. They're in full gear, and everyone can get in on the action of the playoffs with a risk-free bet on FanDuel Sportsbook. Doesn't matter if you're new to FanDuel or if you already have an account. All customers get up to $10 back if your same-game parlay doesn't win. Did you hear what I said? You get up to $10 back if your same-game parlay doesn't win. If it wins, you win, you get your cash. If it doesn't win, you still get up to $10 back. You can combine bets on the money line, point spread, player stats, some of the prop bets, have a little fun with the same-game parlays. Put them all together, increase your odds of winning. And you can do it with the easy-to-use FanDuel Sportsbook app. It is America's #1 sportsbook. They are the market leader. I've mentioned often they're easy to use. Even if you're new to gaming, won't take you long to figure out how to do it. The navigation is really simple. It's easy to place your bet. And best of all, It's easy to get your money. If you win, it gets to you in as little as 2 hours. 2 hours. So FanDuel is a good place to go. Now, if you already have an account, just place your risk-free same-game parlay on any playoff game to qualify. New customers, you can join today. Use my name and row in the promo code box and get your bet risk-free. Plus, if it's your first time betting with FanDuel, you get 30-1 odds on any team to win after using the promo code Monroe. Turn a $5 bet into $150. That's a pretty good deal. Use Monroe, M-O-N-R-O-E, in the promo code box. FanDuel is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. You must be 21 or older, physically present in West Virginia. The bonus is issued as a non-withdrawable site credit, expires in 7 days. Maximum bonus is $10. Restrictions do apply. More details at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, don't download FanDuel, but rather go to 1-800-GAMBLER.net or call 1-800-GAMBLER. ABC covers the world now. It's 8 o'clock.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
From ABC News.
All right, Capitol report, then Squitieri, and Stephen's supposed to call about 8:40, he said. And that's the game plan. This is a new one, and I haven't seen this new one, and so I have no idea what it's about. So I'm glad. I wasn't sure if Stephen could make it this morning or not on short notice, but he said yes, so that's good. I want to hear what the issue is. Right. Yeah, I'm interested in what the ethics issues are. So I'm glad that Stephen can explain it to us.